Next question is from Amy in a Rarity. With consistent use of MAPS Anabolic, how long should it take a dedicated person to lose between 75 to 100 pounds of fat?
With MAPS Anabolic, you're looking at 30 days probably.
We would have sold a lot more programs if we picked
you know what?
Fun.
Yeah. Could you lose 75 to 100 pounds in a year?
That's a 2-year goal right there.
I was just going to say.
That's a 2-year goal.
If you did it in a year, you probably did it too fast.
Too fast.
Yeah, you're looking at a 2-year process. And the reason why I'm saying that, it's not just physiologically why you should do it slower. There's a benefit there also. But also psychologically, the changes. If you're 100 pounds overweight, there are some major lifestyle changes that need to happen in order to get you to not just to lose 100 pounds, but then to keep the weight off. And those changes are not easy, okay? You might be able to, they might look simple. So you might look at a piece of paper and write them down and say, oh, I went from being totally sedentary, I'll just need to be active every day, and I was eating 5,000 calories a day, I'm just going to eat 2,000 or 1,500 calories a day, and then I'll lose the weight. Well, that's true, but if you don't make lifestyle changes permanent, which is a long process, you will end up a statistic. And statistically speaking, people who lose a lot of weight, 90% of the time or more, gain it back and then some. So if this is you and you have to lose this much weight, I would give you 2 to 5 years is what I would say. I would in fact, I wouldn't even think of it that way. The way I would think of it is I'm going to make small changes, stick with them, and slowly change my lifestyle, and the weight loss will happen as a side effect. That's how I would do it.
Yeah, and whoever is asking this question, I'm sure that's not the answer you're looking for. You probably want to hear that it'd be faster. But here's the exciting part about this is you can actually only lose 25 to 50 pounds on the scale this year, or the next year, and completely make your body look different. So, I mean, a number like 100 pounds of fat is like this arbitrary number that like most people go, oh, I'm 250 or 300 or 350. I have to get off X amount off of you. But your body will look completely different if you do this correctly and still only lose 25 or 50 on the scale. If you have, built in a good training program, you're dieting well, you're eating well, you're not starving your body, you're not running up your calorie expenditure like crazy, just trying to drop pounds as fast as you can, and you're actually trying to make these lifestyle changes that Sal's talking about, you can look completely different, 25 or 50 pounds different on the scale, because if you've done it right, you'll have built muscle along the way while also burning body fat versus somebody who just does the route that Sal was saying, which is, okay, can I do 100 pounds in a year? Yes, you can. I mean, dramatically cut your calories in half, run like crazy, just move every single day. I mean, you could lose that weight. The problem is you're going to lose a ton of body fat along the way, and you're also going to lose a bunch of muscle along the way, and your body composition is not going to be that much better than had you done it slow and controlled. And
you'll also gain it back because, okay, you got to understand something. When I say big lifestyle changes, your lifestyle is a part of who you are, okay? How you live. So imagine living in a way that's completely different from the way you live now, in a way that requires new discipline, new structure, and you're taking away some of your favorite ways to self-medicate, whether it's for boredom, stress, anxiety, whatever. You're removing that. You're removing your favorite drug, which is to medicate with food. You're adding in new activities, totally different lifestyle, which means you're probably going to hang out with people differently. You're probably going to do different things. That is a major change. To change that overnight and then to keep it permanent, almost impossible. Yeah, it's a slow process.
It's much more of a takeaway and punishment driver that's going to get you there quicker. I look at it like this. Like if I had a Scantron and I'm going through this test and I just memorized all the answers and then I got there and I was able to pass the test and, I got there, but then you go back and did you learn anything? You didn't really learn anything. Right. You need to go through all the hard steps to really understand, what's happening with your body and why you're driven to eat certain kinds of foods, when that happens, what kind of stressful situation triggers certain things, like what kind of sleep you need to get, like all of these factors matter for you going forward so it lasts.
And also having compassion for yourself.
Totally.
One of the things that's really tough when you get someone like this, they want to go in and they want to beat themselves up like crazy, reduce the calories.
Well, they've had a realization. Oh my God, look what I did to myself.
Right. And so somebody that comes to me with this goal, I normally actually tell them I don't want to lose any weight at first. And they hate to hear that from me, but it's like I want to build these good behaviors. I want to build your metabolism. I want to start to do things with you that's going to last you for the rest of your life. And if all you cared about was weight, yeah, I could give you the answers to the test. Like Justin said, just cut your calories in half, get in here, and move twice as much, and you're going to lose body fat. You're going to lose weight. It's going to come off of you. But my goal for you is to change your behaviors, to change your life forever. And that's actually a slow and gradual process. And you don't want to, and this doesn't matter if you're trying to lose 100 pounds or 20 pounds. That first month to 6 months that I get somebody like this or that wants to lose anything, I don't want to lose at first. At first, I want to regain balance. I want to introduce foods that they should be eating more of into their diet versus going right into saying, hey, take away, cut.
Okay, so here's your strategy. And I've worked with quite a few people who've lost an excess of 70 pounds. And towards the end of my career, I actually had a lot of success. But here was how we did it. This is where we actually found success. This is, by the way, one of the hardest segments of the population to get permanent results or get long-lasting results. One of the most difficult when you're dealing with over 60 pounds of weight loss. It gets very, very hard. But here's the strategy that I used towards the end of my career that actually had a pretty good success rate. So what you want to do is you want to remember that the inner changes cause the outer changes. So we want to focus on working on the inside of you. And I don't mean physically. I mean just kind of working the inside, more from an esoteric standpoint, I guess. So do this. Hire yourself a trainer. That's real important. Now, that's for your exercise. And work with a trainer that has worked with people in your situation. Don't hire the boot camp trainer. Don't hire the extreme motivational trainer that's going to beat you up. Hire the trainer that's going to start you off slow, that's empathetic, that's actually telling you to slow down, not the one that's trying to kick you in the butt and trying to make you do crazy amounts of workout. So that's number one. Number two, hire yourself a good therapist. The therapist is going to be someone you're going to work with on a weekly, if not bi-weekly basis, and you're going to be working with them for a long time. This therapist is going to be one of the most valuable people you have in your arsenal because, again, a lot of the changes you're making to your lifestyle are more than just changing your diet and becoming more active. It actually it's about root causes to the reasons why you've been living the way you have. So trainer, therapist, and if you throw a third person in there, then I would throw in somebody who's a nutrition expert. In my experience working with those people, when I've worked with clients like this, with the therapist, and especially if they had someone do nutrition, we had tremendous success, and it was permanent success. These are people that I haven't worked with for years. I still see on social media who've still been able to keep the weight off, and they still see a therapist on a relatively regular basis because, again, this is a hard thing to work with, but they did not go backwards and gain all that weight back.